Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be budgeting for the month of July, which is kind of nostalgic because I feel like I've said that at least 5 years in a row so far. I don't know, but I've definitely created a budget for July on camera for a number of years. So that's what we are going to be doing today. And the only real thing to notate is that my husband does return to work in the month of July, and I return in August, by the way. So that's really the only real change or whatever that's going to be taking place in the month of July, is that our summer shenanigans will officially end and we will return to public education in July and August respectively. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Okay, so there are 3 different sheets that kind of make up our monthly budget. So we're just going to walk through each area of our monthly budget, and we're going to start with our goals. And I'm just going to turn on my little thing here in the event that I want to use it. So let's talk about our goals that we have for July. Also, I do have a few notes down here just to notate the day of the anniversary and that my husband goes back to work in July, which is unfortunate. But one thing that we're going to do is stop additional investing, and really we don't really long to do that right now. We're in a bear market right now, and for us it seems fitting to just continue to invest at the rate that we've been investing, but we actually have plans for which, and we need the money, so therefore we're not going to do any additional investing. Typically we try to do at least $2,000 towards additional investing each month because we are trying to retire early, but we're not going to do any for the month of July, so I'm going to stop that. Also, we need to cancel Uber One. You probably saw this in this month, in June, for the June goals and tasks and to-dos. These are goals, tasks, and to-dos, but I actually forgot to do it. So therefore I need to do it in July, but I don't want to cancel it now because it'll stop. So I want to cancel it whenever, I think it's the 6th or something of July, so that we can continue to use it until we need to cancel it. So sometimes you can cancel and with different subscriptions and such, and you'll still be able to access them and use them until the subscription ends, but that's not the case for Uber One. At least it wasn't the last time that I checked. We also want to purchase our friends an anniversary gift. We have friends who got married, actually the first wedding that I was in, the same year that we got married, and so since then, even on the day of the wedding, we gave them some gifts, and so we just continue to do that year after year. So this will be the 6th time that we actually do that, which is kind of wild. And then they send us gifts too. It's just like something that we continue to do. I don't know if we'll ever stop, but for right now, it's just something it's a habit at this point. Also, my friend wants to go to Miami this summer. We were talking about August, but then today, interestingly enough, she was talking about going in the month of July. So we're thinking we're going to go in July, at the end of July. So we kind of need to finalize those plans this month in July. Next up, we recently got our truck repaired. So I'm trying to figure out if we want to add car insurance to it. Like currently it's just sitting, so I'm not going to put insurance on a truck that's just sitting, but I don't know if my husband's gonna be driving it around or whatever. So if he is, then of course we will add the truck back to the car insurance, because it was our auto insurance, it was on there before it stopped working. Also, we want to invest 15% of our paychecks per usual, and this is kind of like our bare minimum investing, I guess, and this is the additional investing. We also need to pay off our credit card. We need to purchase, well, we don't need to, but we've been trying to finish our patio, and we've put a decent amount of money into it. We have a dining set, a sectional, a seating set or something, rug and string lights and things like that. But we actually have a few more things that we want to purchase, but we haven't purchased them yet. So hopefully we can purchase those in July. And then of course I will need to schedule my nail and hair appointments, and look at my nails today. Is it going to zoom? So cute. So I do need to schedule my nail and hair appointments in July to I don't know, I'm off of work until so I don't know when I'll want to get them done, but eventually, there's no real, normally when I'm working a full-time job, I have to kind of schedule. It's really hectic trying to schedule, just anything. But now that I'm not working during the summer, I can just kind of pick and choose when I want to go. So I'll need to figure out when I want to go, definitely, so that I don't have to, there's not as much pressure to figure out when I want to go, but I'll figure it out eventually. So I'll do that in July. Normally I'll have my stuff scheduled out even before, but because I just have so much free time on my hands, it doesn't really matter. Okay, So let's move on to our July calendar, I actually went ahead and decorated this, And by the way, this is a planner that I actually created for myself. It is entitled the Simple Planner. So if you're wondering where this planner came from, it came from me. I made it. So let's talk about our monthly calendar. So essentially there's not really a lot going on. I think that these are all of our bills and we'll talk about these more when we get to the actual budget. But basically we have one payday for me, one for my husband, one for me, and then one for my husband. And then these are just all of our monthly bills that have an actual due date. So all of these we'll talk about in a minute whenever we get to the actual monthly budget, which is here. So let's walk through this. And today is the day where I want to kind of be more detailed about this and kind of go more into detail about the actual monthly budget. From our full-time job, we are planning to bring in $4,784, and from the business we're planning to pay ourselves $811.52, and we're not paying ourselves a lot from the business, just that amount because that's all that we need. So we normally just try to pay ourselves what we need, and if we were going to be doing additional investing like we typically do, we would pay ourselves enough to cover that because that's what we do with the business or side hustle money. I normally consider it to be like a side hustle, but I feel like during tax time it's very clear and apparent that it's a full-blown business whenever it comes time to paying tens of thousands of dollars to the IRS or whatever we owe them. So let's talk about our fixed expenses. So by the way, we are a family of 2 and we have a fur baby. My husband rescued an animal last year, so we have a fur baby and we are hoping to have a human baby one day in the future. But until then, family of 2 living in Georgia, in an area where the cost of living is normal. So our mortgage is going to be $1,520.99. Our security for our homes through Vivint is going to be $51.47, and they monitor a bunch of cameras. Basically, it's basically everything that they monitor, so we have to pay per camera. So that's how that works, if you're wondering. And ours, I guess, maybe lesser than the typical amount because when we moved in here 2.5 years ago, we bought all of our security stuff, in cash, so we wouldn't have to pay more than $51.47. I think our bill was gonna be like $85, $90, but I thought that was a lot for security, so we just paid it. Next up, we have pest control, and my husband is adamant about canceling them because he doesn't think that they do an adequate job, which that's probably correct. So this will probably be going soon, but for now they do seem to keep, like, I don't know, we do see a lot of ants this summer, but normally we don't see ants, so it's kind of wishy-washy. I don't know, but we do pay for pest control. Next up, we have electricity, and this is high. Welcome to summer in the South, and so we are thinking we're going to have to pay, we're not thinking, our electricity bill came in and we're going to have to pay $251.57, which is a higher amount, but it makes sense because we're always home running the electricity. My niece is here, and so somebody's always here using the electricity, whereas when we're working, and of course when it's not as hot, we can like our thermostat is smart, so it can kind of detect. Anyway, it just does a better job of keeping the bill lower whenever we are kind of in our normal routine. But right now, since my husband and I both work in public education, we are off of work for the summer. So I expect August and September, honestly, to probably be quite similar. Next up, we have cable, and that's actually Sling TV, and so we pay $35 even per month for that. Next up, we have phone, and we actually have Mint. But with Mint, you can buy like 12-month plans, 3 months, 6 months, so on and so forth. And so we don't actually have a bill in the month of July. I think we'll have one in August or September though. We have different plans because I joined first and then my husband joined. Next up, we have Amazon Music for $4.99. That's the basic package. Internet through AT&T, 6080, and by the way, HBO Max is included really with like any AT&T type services. So just FYI, but we do get that. I don't know why I'm sharing that, but I just thought that I would. So we do have high-speed internet. Netflix, which is the basic plan for 1 TV, $9.99. Our water/sewer. So we currently have an above-ground pool for the very first time. Our bill normally is like $50, $60. I have no earthly idea how much this bill is going to be. None whatsoever, but I am going to assume it's going to be something like, honestly, I probably should budget more, but I feel like $250 is already a lot. So just keep me in your thoughts and prayers. But water/sewer is probably going to be around $250. By the way, trash and everything, property taxes, all of that is included with our mortgage. Then my husband is a Georgia educator. I work in public education, but I'm not an educator. And he pays $50.83 per month for a bunch of different things that help him as a Georgia educator. And then we also have life insurances for $42.19, and that's 2 bills that come out on the same day, so we just include them together. And then if you come up here to variable expenses, we have shopping. So we're going to budget $2,000 for shopping. That's for groceries. That's for going out to eat, hanging with my niece and doing different things. Even if she were not here, it would still be doing different things, feeding our dog, gas for our cars. You know, everything is inflated right now. So we all have to be mindful of that, which is annoying and unfortunate, but looking at paying or spending about $2,000 for shopping. Pet insurance for our dog, $57.35. And then if you come up here, then let's talk about our savings. So we're not putting anything towards retirement, additional anyway. And then we have sinking funds. So these are all of our sinking funds. We're going to put 50 towards medical, 50 towards holidays/birthday, 50 towards anniversary, which we've been pretty consistent with doing 50 per month. So by the time our anniversary rolls around, we actually should have about $600. We don't know what we'll do with it, but it'll be cool to have it. $50 for pets, which she just emptied out her savings account. She had to go to the vet for an infection. She's fine now, but yeah, she don't have no money. So we need to start putting even more money in there than this, because I like to keep this at least like $150 because of boarding and stuff like that. But otherwise, like her food and regular stuff we'll take from shopping. But anything like boarding and medical and stuff we take from pets. For clothing/beauty, we're going to do 50. I normally like to do more than this, but we have a decent amount in there. We haven't shopped. We don't shop anyway, but we also sometimes will use this for like hair appointments and nails and stuff like that. So I just like to continuously put some money in there. Giving/donating, we're going to do 100. Probably all of that will go to our friends for their anniversary. Interestingly enough, I was not planning to put anything in vacation. I'm still not, because some of the vacation will take place in August, the bulk of it. So, you know, where we already have money in that account, so the rest of the money could technically come from August. Transportation/tags is going to be 100. Entertainment is going to be 100. Home maintenance is going to be 150. I try to keep it at 150. Next up, we have 2 debts that we're currently paying on, or that we will be paying in the month of July, which is our car payment, and then Ashley Furniture. And this should be paid off soon. So I love that for us. So the total income is $5,595.52, which is an interesting amount, which is also the same as our total expenses, which brings our total remaining to 0, because we do an every dollar budget. So our expenses, if we subtract our expenses from our income, we should always get 0, because we budget for all of the funds. So all of these funds have been budgeted for here. There isn't money kind of just floating around. We do have a buffer in our account. So if ever we are like spending more than this or going over budget, a lot of times we can just refer to our buffer, which is the first place we try to refer to, or even our savings account or something like that. But we try not to go over budget too much. Sometimes it might be a few $100s or whatever, which is a decent amount to be over budget. But in terms of what we try to keep in our checking account for our buffer, that doesn't seem like, you know, it's too bad. And plus, you know, it's hard out here, so you just got to do the best that you can. But of course, I didn't want to let this July pass without sharing with you our July budget, in the event that you wanted to kind of see what we're doing with our money in the month of July. So yeah, this is our July budget, and I think it's so cute. I literally am obsessed. And then as the month goes on, I'll just kind of refer to our goals and our to-dos and tasks, and try to mark off them as they're completed, or at least try to remind myself of them. Then checking off our bills as they're paid, making sure we've received paydays and all of that, and just kind of checking in with the budget, taking any notes. If I have to write down a confirmation number for a payment that I've made or anything like that, I try to keep that all contained with the financial part of this planner, or, you know, I've always used a planner. So in the financial portion of it, so that everything is kosher and copacetic. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. That is all that I have to share regarding our July budget, our July financial goals, and our July monthly intentions or to-dos or tasks or whatever you want to call them. That's all that I have for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.